Hi everyone and welcome back to the Clever Report. I'm just truly Peter Clever. Welcome to another episode. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you'll be notified anytime I drop another video. When I keep saying that racism is bad, whether it's from white people to black people or black people to white people, it is very, very bad. Discriminating and acting a certain way just because of people's skin color that they don't have any control over how they are born. It's very, very, very bad. But the problem is that racism towards white and black people is the only one that is condemned. When people talk about reverse racism, I laugh because racism is racism. Once there is a prejudice or you discriminate or you illegally deny people position just because on the account of their skin color, that is racism on its own definition. But the problem is that the only people that are allowed to be racist or allowed to, even have prejudice against certain people are just black people and towards white people. Is a problem. Is either you stomp out racism as a whole, stomp it out, or everybody gets to practice his own racism or prejudice openly. Because the fact that black people openly say racist things against white people and nobody bats an eye, nobody says anything, they are not being they're not being fired from their jobs is a very big problem. And this is why Nick Fuentes is very popular because he's calling out the double standards because there's one rule for the white people and there's one rule for the black people. So that brings us to a video that is trending of Elizabeth Booker Houston, an attorney, a black attorney and a BLM activist. There's a clip that is going viral for the past 2 days on X now. It's very, very disturbing. So I want us to watch the clip, then I'll give you my take on that.
I love to overcharge white people and organizations and do pro bono work for black orgs. And that's just me being very blunt. I will give them ridiculous rates, and then I'll have like a nonprofit or a black org or somebody doing some work, and they'll be like, I've only got this much money. And I'm like, keep it. A white person just cut me a check. Let's do this for free.
Now, this is the problem. The mere fact that she's openly saying this thing without even thinking about what she's saying, the mere fact that she actually is saying this thing on national TV or on a podcast is a very big problem. It shows you the disconnect. Because imagine, first of all, it is illegal to discriminate just on the account of people's skin color. But coming out openly to say that you knowingly chat white people more. Yes, there is, some people make the argument that yes, it's going to marginalized communities, pro bono and stuff. Yes, pro bono stuff is good. Subsidizing for these historically marginalized communities is very, very good. But when you are actively and systematically discriminating, charging white people more, that's where you have a very big problem. Because the fact that she's saying it openly is free speech, but the fact that she's saying it openly shows you everything you need to know about the double standards when it comes to racism or towards between white people and black people, especially in the United States. So when I talk about these things, I'm talking in the context of the United States, black Americans. The fact that she's saying this thing already shows you that nobody actually cares when it's coming from a black person. Imagine somebody like Nick Fuentes says that kind of a thing. Imagine a white person coming out to say that, yes, I discriminate towards black people. I charge them more just because they are black. The person, NAACP, all these BLM organizations, pro-black organizations would run down, and then this person or he or she will be fired, or he or she will be doxxed online. I'm not saying doxing is good, but I'm just telling you the reality. But in this case, nothing is going to happen to her. She's openly saying this. And that's why I keep saying that currently, I genuinely think, people will think I'm joking, I genuinely think black people are more racist towards white people because there is a dire consequence of being openly racist. Even saying anything that is even negative about the black community can get you deplatformed, can get you fired, can get you even divorced. So white people know that even if some of them harbor, a racism within themselves, they cannot even openly say it because they know that their lives will be lost. Basically, their lives will be shut down, and they will not be able to earn or anything. But what happens to this black person? Nothing is going to happen to her. She'll keep spewing this, racist talking points, and black people will keep sharing on these things. So this is why Nick Fuentes is very, very popular. This is why Nick is very popular because he's calling out these double standards without fear or favor. He's calling out what is happening and showing us that no, black people should be held on the same account as how they hold white people. If you are not going to hold everybody on the same account, then everybody should be able to be allowed to practice their own racism or their own prejudice. And what is good for the goose should be good for the gander. And that is the only playing field that everybody should be fair. If black people can openly say racist things about white people should be openly say racist things about black people. I'm not encouraging it, But if one demographic can do it and get away with it, the other demographic should be able to do it and still get away with it. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So make sure you like, subscribe, turn on post notification so you'll be notified anytime I drop another video. You can disagree with me, but do it so respectfully in the comment section. You know I love you, but God loves you more. Peace.